Jaeson Jones is a retired border security captain who has been watching the situation deteriorate badly, as it never has before, and watching it for weeks. He joins us tonight. Jaeson, thanks so much for coming on. How would you assess, after having spent a life in this business of securing the border, of what you're seeing now along the Mexican border?
Yeah, it's great to be with you, Tucker. Thanks for having me. It's really interesting. We're here in Roma, Texas. This is in Starr County, which lies for the folks between McAllen, Texas, and Laredo. Now, behind me is Miguel Alemán. This is an embattled area between two cartels and really one of the most violent along the southwest border. And just to kind of put things in perspective with the amount of immigration being seen, in Rio Grande Valley sector in the last 7 days where we are, CBP has apprehended over 12,000 people. And last night, starting around 8 p.m., we began to see some of that, actually beginning right over here behind me. This is an island known as Salinas Crossing, where Cartel de Golfo specifically uses certain independent groups to smuggle people into the U.S., and we documented over 200 people last night.
So you've just reminded us that we're not watching simply economic migration. There is a war ongoing in the country right to our south, which our media assiduously ignore because it's somehow considered impolite to mention it. But how does that not increase the risk to the United States when you have people coming from a war zone?
It's a great point, and it's something that I think has really not been discussed. One of the things that we consistently do is we talk about the immigration layer. And I say that to you because under what is happening down here at the southwest border, immigration is just one layer of index crimes that are coming into our country. When you look at how these smugglers treat people as a commodity, it is a humbling thing. And we watched a lot of young children last night, and I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of them down here over the years, but it's always heart-wrenching. But underneath that layer, and what I would ask all Americans to really think about is when you see these pictures of these families, know that each child, each parent, each individual is charged by the cartel. If you're a Mexican citizen, $2,500 just across the river, never mind how far inland to the United States you go. If you're Central American, right here in this area, $3,000. If you're a Chinese, $5,000. And if you're Russian or if you're Middle Eastern, $9,000. So you can see that what is portrayed as just an immigration issue is really perpetrating violence in Mexico. And what has been happening in Miguel Alemán behind me for the last year and a half is war, as the cartels will tell you, between Cartel de Golfo and Cartel del Noreste.
Really one of the saddest stories ever, and one of the most misreported stories ever. I appreciate, Jaeson, your effort to make clear what's really happening. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.